Do you know that you possess a unique organ within known as the vagus nerve? In this brief and insightful video, I am going to let you in on how this mysterious nerve can pivot your life towards an unexpected path of prosperity. The moment you understand the sacred powers of this nerve, you'll possess the secret to channel an endless torrent of wealth into your life. The truth is, you're born with the inherent capacity to attract abundance, and the spark to light up this capacity lies within your vagus nerve. So, in this video, let me introduce you to the teachings of the ancient Navanaths, one of India's earliest spiritual masters. They've guarded this knowledge for eons, only to be shared now. Modern science now backs up what these wise sages have known for centuries. Once you spark your vagus nerve, your consciousness expands, allowing wealth to flow freely and automatically. Interestingly, this happens so naturally that it even works while you're asleep. What's more, this method is effective for anyone, regardless of their current life situation. Indeed, this secret has already transformed the lives of countless people, empowering them with a life of liberty, wealth, and abundance. Don't mistake this for the law of attraction, repeating mundane affirmations, or morning journals. Rather, it is as simple as flipping a switch and dozing off. It might seem too simple to be true, but as you learn about the ancient Navanaths and their effortless manifestation of wealth, coupled with the scientific breakthroughs that explains their techniques, you'll grasp the genuine mechanism behind attracting wealth. Allow me a brief moment to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Matt Johnson. I am not a guru, nor am I a genius. I'm just an average guy who found an incredible secret when life was at its toughest, all by a stroke of luck. At that point, my life felt like a never-ending pit. I was sinking, and no matter how much I tried, things just got worse. I drove trucks for Walmart, always on the road, always away. I worked long hours just to scrape by. Every time I made it home, it was to find my wife and 2 daughters already asleep. Despite all the work, our money never seemed to last. It was a constant battle to pay the bills. My wife and I were always arguing about money. As the years went by, I couldn't help but notice how some of my old high school buddies seemed to be thriving in their careers, living in beautiful homes, and going on dream vacations with their trophy wives. Meanwhile, I was barely scraping by, working my tail off and always falling short. Maybe you can relate to the frustration of working long hours, but feeling like your money slips through your fingers, leaving you with a pile of bills. The stress from all this started affecting my mental health. I felt trapped in a dead-end job, and it was straining my family life. If this sounds familiar, just know that you're not alone. Slowly, I became more and more disconnected from my loved ones, feeling like an outsider during family gatherings. But then came the moment that shook me to the core. One day, I got a terrifying call. My wife had collapsed at her night shift. It was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of how fragile life can be. She ended up in the hospital, and I was miles away. I'll never forget the panic of that drive, the fear across my face when I saw her lying there in the hospital bed. The doctors said she had a minor heart attack, but it could have been a lot worse. Likely due to the stress she was under working 2 jobs. When she recovered, she dropped a bombshell. She wanted to separate and take the kids with her. It was a gut punch. I knew I failed as a father, but this time, it was no longer in my head. I didn't argue, because I knew she was right. They moved in at her sister's. I was down and out. I couldn't focus at work and eventually lost my job. Even though those were the worst days of my life, it led me to the incredible secret I'm about to share with you. It was precisely when I was most vulnerable that weird occurrences started to happen that led me to travel across the globe. I was desperate to salvage my relationship and become the man my family needed me to be. The man I had once vowed I would be to my wife and my daughters. Around that period, a string of coincidences started to unfold. Reflecting on it now, I recognize that it was the subtle guidance of the cosmos that had been directing my path. The same tender celestial guidance that led you to this video today. One late night, while aimlessly scrolling through Facebook, I stumbled upon a post.